Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Phobic Shiki here, back with a brand new video. Today is the much anticipated Chapter 67 review. Chapter starts off where we left off with Naruto looking at the board, so pretty much in shock that he's dead. Ada also pretty surprised about it, like, oh, wasn't he supposed to be your sacrifice? What you doing, bro? Ko tries to get away, and Kawaki literally uses his Sukuna Hikana to shrink his claw marks. Now, in like actual action, this is something so simple, but in theory, like I never would have thought of this as a way to counter the claw marks. You know what I mean? I just never thought of those as something that'd be able to shrink. I will say 500 IQ from Kawaki, big brain. Kawaki is just bitching code. Literally admits he's being completely overpowered. He knows he has no way of winning as is. So as Kawaki and Code are fighting, to finish it off, Kawaki forms this big, big energy beam, and as he goes to shoot it, Kawaki just gets knocked out. Shikamaru doesn't know what the hell just happened. Code pulled out Damon, and we all know Damon has the ability to reflect his opponent's attack onto him by them merely thinking about the attack. Damon's all hype, like, yo, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Where's the enemy? I'm gonna get them, Code. I got you. Then he gets put back. I just need to talk about how busted this kid is. Kawaki's really lucky he's not dead because Ada makes Code, like, make sure of that. But with how big that blast was, I don't understand how Kawaki didn't die. And my guy definitely took a lot of damage by the fact he's knocked out and how big the blast was. But I'm even more impressed that he didn't die. Like, I feel like that's low-key a feat. Another thing I want to talk about is Shikamaru and Naruto. Shikamaru pretty much trying to shake Naruto out of the trance he's in. Naruto even drops his Sage Mode just out of pure shock. Also, Shikamaru is talking about how Kawaki is fighting Code, has the upper hand, and how he needs to snap out of this because Boruto chose this for himself. Then a few pages later, he's literally bitching about Kawaki and what he did. He's like, oh, he did it with no hesitation. Bro, literally 8 pages before this, they were like, yeah, we gotta go help him, This was Boruto's choice. He did this for himself, you know what I mean? I love Shikamaru, don't get me wrong, but the way that they've been doing him with Kawaki, it's been hard to fuck with him lately. The Code realizes he needs to get his limiters removed, and we'll get back into that after I go through the next thing I want to cover. So after Shikamaru is talking about how Kawaki killed Boruto, Boruto is pretty much like, who? Who was killed? Momoshiki revived Boruto, as if you read the spoilers, you already know. If you read the chapter today, you already know. The loss of my vessel will result in my soul's instant extinguishment, just like in Ishiki's case. I don't know what counterplan Momoshiki is going to have to eventually revive, but it seems like he is no longer able to resurrect inside Boruto. It seems like Momoshiki's going to be gone for now. Obviously, we'll see what happens next chapter, if that's actually how it really is, but let's get more into what Momoshiki did here. And Momoshiki explains to Boruto that he resuscitated him using part of the karma, then goes on to explain how he already knows this, but his karma is 82% extracted, and that his resurrection would finally become possible if the remaining was finished. But if his vessel was to die beforehand, it's not going to work. So Momoshiki says that he pretty much did what he had to do. He rewrote the last 18% into his data so that the cells and tissues that Boruto lost would be brand new. Momoshiki says, like, unfortunately, you taking away 18% of my data has made it impossible for me to resurrect. Now, Boruto's cocky ass is like, oh yeah, that means I win. My resolve to die, it prevented you being resurrected. Momoshiki's just telling him, like, yeah, don't get too hyped, my guy. I'm here to warn you about something and you getting all cocky and all. So Momoshiki explains pretty much how, rewritten or not, it did start off as Otsutsuki data. So there's no change in the fact that 100% of the Otsutsuki data had finished extracting. Boruto is now a complete Otsutsuki. Boruto is full Otsutsuki now. I imagine this means his karma is just a weapon now. He's gonna have a karma kind of like Kawaki, obviously not in terms of abilities, but in terms of just using it as a pure weapon without the fear of Momoshiki taking over. he's going to become pretty cracked, just like Kawaki is. Alright, so now back to what I was talking about with Code. On the last page, Ada is pretty much talking to the Code about how he's not going to be able to get Yamato. He's in the center of Konoha. He has no claw marks. Code says, I've already taken measures, and as he says that, the panel like skips to Shikamaru's back, and it doesn't look like he has a claw mark on his back, but he definitely has some type of seal on his back, so I think it's pretty obvious that Code put something on his back to just teleport straight through. This means a few things. We're almost definitely going to get a Code infiltrating the village arc, which could go a few ways. If he just goes right in and Amato's there and he can get the limiters off right away, I think he could potentially raise hell in the village. But if he pops up, Amato's got Sasuke and Naruto and Shikamaru and Sai around him, Code's not doing shit. Like, I'm sorry, but Code's not doing shit. Like, he better hope that he gets Amato at the lowest point in his protection. That is going to wrap up this chapter review. I pretty much talked about the main things that I want to talk about. A lot of questions going forward, including what is Momoshiki's true plan and intentions here? Is there any way for him to resurrect someone else? Is Boruto going to put a karma on someone else, allowing it? You know, there's so many possibilities and questions right now. But I think as more information comes out, as we get further in the year, the speculation will become a lot easier because a lot of the questions that we have will be answered. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. That was my chapter 67 review. I'll see you all next time. Peace.